Hmm?
What do you think about the word spade? That's you talking about
cards or an actual, or
it's a suit of cards.
Yeah.
It's a shovel.
Yeah.
Used as any sort of a connotation for on a human being. It's not a respect.
Okay, well,
it's not appropriate.
Yeah, it's derogatory and any other use.
I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah.
You know, I work at.
Yes, right.
Yeah, we were having this in service on civility. Okay, new word, but old concept.
Right.
Now, this woman, I didn't know who she was. She's saying this speech. Now, mind you, they had two meetings, one in the AM and one in the PM. I went to the PM one.
Mm-hmm.
So she talking, blah, 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 blah. And then she says, what's the term she used?
Spade. Call a spade a spade.
Oh, yeah. She said, it's like calling a spade a spade. I'm like,
it was in the contract.
Me?
And this is in the civility.
Excuse me.
This is civility training.
Yeah, that's what I said. Listen. So listen, we in a room of about 20 people, 15 are black. When the first time she said it, I was like,
the first time.
Wait a minute. Yeah. And so I kind of looked around.
Oh my God.
That woman said that 4 times.
You are.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
I'm calling a spade a spade. She said it 4 times. So you can tell she had rehearsed her whole spiel. So I'm like, okay, you said it 4 times here. You gave this first thing in the AM. You said it 4 times there. So you said it 8 times in one day.
And it didn't.
Nobody. Listen, I was in that meeting steaming.
Wow.
Is anybody?
What did you do?
Is anyone else making any eye contact with you or anything?
Nope. Because I'm looking around. I'm like,
yeah. Am I hearing this? What planet are we on?
So, and like I said, out of about 20 people, 15 are black.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
Now mind you, with civility, she's talking about bullying and, you know, how to handle it. If you don't feel as comfortable going to the person, go to your manager and, you know, blah, 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 blah. So I said, okay. So I got out the meeting. I had to leave there so fast.
Oh, God, of course.
So I went back to my station. The next morning, I called the manager who was in there. My manager was in there. So I called her. Her name is, I don't even can't remember her name, Judy. So I said, listen, Judy. Now, mind you, I've never had any dealings with her other than her being a manager. You know, I haven't had any problems to come to her about.
Yeah.
So, and from what I can observe, she came across as someone you can talk to.
Mm-hmm.
So mind you, she said, I'm following the woman's advice in the meeting.
Sure.
I don't know you, so I'm not going to go to you.
Yes. Right.
I'm going to go to my manager, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I called her the next day. I was like, listen, Judy. I said, I was a little uncomfortable in that meeting yesterday. She was like, oh, sure. Well, why? I said, well, that term, the phrase that she used, calling a spade, I told her, this is what I said. I said, you know, that's a derogatory phrase for black people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what came out her mouth. Oh, well, I come from a blended family and we never heard that.
Oh, no.
Well, obviously, Cheryl, she's the expert here.
Listen, wait a minute. You know what I told her? I said, well, I come from an all black family and I can tell you it's derogatory. I said, but we have a black culture team at the hospital. You know, you could go check with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could tell that as we were talking, she must have been on a computer, like looking it up.
Oh, shit.
And it clearly says it's a derogatory term in this day and age. There's so many other phrases you can use.
Absolutely.
Don't use that.
Absolutely.
So then she was like, okay, well, I'll, you know, get back with you type of thing. Okay, let's say this is the 10th.
Yeah.
It was 18. I called her. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But mind you, at this period, this time, that's around the time that all on TV, people were losing 6-figure jobs because they was coming in blackface and shit. That was around that time. Roseanne and her shit, all that was going on. So I'm documenting it all. Putting the dates. Like, these people losing 6-figure jobs, and these people are reacting immediately, and it's 7 days and you still ain't said shit about this.
So
that's ridiculous.
This is my passion, so this is another side of me.
Yeah.
So then I said, you know what? I'm sick of her. I'm going over to human resources. Okay, human resources. Leon, he's gay. No big secret. So mind you, I done Xeroxed off the computer where it clearly says spade is a spade, is a derogatory thing. We don't say that. So I got it in my hand.
Right there.
You're ready this time.
I said, hey, Leon, and I'm familiar with him. I said, hey, Leon, I had a problem, I told him what happened, and I gave him the paper. He just throws it on the table. He was like, well, like, I'm gay, and if somebody said calling a fag, that wouldn't bother me. I looked at him. I said,
isn't it what we were dealing with isn't it somewhat what we were dealing with in the game?
It was.
It is.
I said, Leon, that don't even make sense. I just said, like, that don't even make sense, what you saying. But I could have went deeper, but I didn't. I just want to get to the point. Because bottom line, I could have ruined this woman. I want to use this. I want to be nice and use this as a teaching moment. I came home and I talked to Lorenzo, and I was like, I want to use this as a teaching moment.
Nice.
Because if she continues this, she gonna be hurt.
Yes, right.
So finally, the woman gets back with me, and she sets up a meeting with the woman. Now, me and my manager, we're sitting in her office waiting for the woman to come. So I'm just sitting there because I have nothing to say. Don't you know? She chose that moment to say, she couldn't even look me in the eye. She's like, well, Cheryl, mind you, this is like maybe day 15. I was like, well, Cheryl, me and my blended family, we still never heard that. I wanted to say, wait a minute, you mean to tell me it's been 15 days and you ain't did no homework?
Right.
That's what I wanted to tell her. But that would have been a back and forth, and it's just me and her. And I'm like, no, let me leave that alone.
Save it.
Let me tell you something. That woman came in there. She was in tears. I can tell she did her homework. She's like, oh, I'm just so sorry. I had no idea.
Yeah,
I had no idea that was such a, I said, well, what are you talking about? What word? Oh, I don't even want to say it now. I said, well, say it. And she said it.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, you know what? I really appreciate you apologizing. I said, I appreciate your compassion towards it. I said, because I can tell you did your homework, and I appreciate that. I said, it was never my intention to ruin you or anything, but I just wanted to use this as a teaching moment. I said, because you said that 8 times in one day.
Yeah.
I said, but truth be told, I don't know. I'm angry. I don't know whether I'm as angry with you as I am with my people for sitting there. And I'm the only one who brought this to your attention.
Right, yeah.
That's
Only one that brought it to attention. They were younger than her.
No, not all of them. All of them. It was a good mixture of people.
Well, how you see everybody doesn't always know, what those terms mean.
But
So what I'm saying is that if the white person doing the training didn't know, and the black folk in the audience didn't know, it goes both ways.
And
I what I mean?
Well,
they some people just don't know.
yeah, but like, should they have a pass? That's sort of like calling out white privilege. They didn't have to know, but they should know. It's time for us to know. And it's unfortunate when they don't, and when it takes 14 days and they still don't do it. Like your immediate reaction when someone tells you should be thank you, I'm sorry, and then reverse it. Right?
That's how the woman was. But my manager, she was like, I think she was a little offended because I said, it seemed like I was like taking jabs at the comment, her blended family.
Right, maybe
yeah.
maybe she felt she was more sensitive because she had a blended family and she felt that she had authority, that she could speak on this, and you were challenging her authority there.
Well, I'm all black, so if anybody to challenge the show is me.
Right,
obviously, but in people's crazy
As a matter of fact, she can learn from me.
Right.
I'm all black.
There
You
go.
just blended.
Yeah,
And your
right.
blended could be your niece had sex with a black guy and had a baby. So you consider yourself blended.
Right,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
absolutely could. There
Yeah,
are
they
white
all-
people
It'd
I
be
know
that
that are
simple.
like, yes, right?
Yeah,
But let me tell you,
And just because you have a blended family doesn't mean you have an understanding of a culture.
of course not. It's when you
Listen.
yeah, I mean, no, you don't.
That's like saying I'm not racist. I have white friends.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
black friends. You know.
Yeah, there's
So
something
wait a
different
minute.
there.
Yeah.
so let me finish.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so it's been eating me since that happened. And how long has that been, Lorenzo? Over a year?
About a year.
It still eats at me. Cause when we got out the meeting after she was all apologetic and I said what I had to say and I said again, and then after that, each of them going back and forth. Well, I wish you had did this, that, and the other, this, that one. I said, well, and I told her, I said, well, I did it according to you, what you said. I wasn't comfortable coming to you because I had never seen you. I said, but I felt comfortable, so I went to her, but they just kept like picking. Just kept saying it, both of them. Well, I wish you had her. Well, I wish you had her. Well, you know what I wanted to tell them? I said, well, what I wish I had done was went straight to the CEO with a letter, is what the fuck I wanted to do.
Stuff
But wait a
gonna
minute.
happen then in a hurry.
Yes. But listen, you want to hear something else? That word is going to haunt me to death, because guess what? Do y'all watch World of Dance with Jennifer Lopez?
Oh,
No,
is
I've
it
heard of
good?
it though.
No,
I haven't seen it. Yeah.
It's good. Well, anyway, just 2 weeks ago, we watched it, and she's talking about it's this little girl and this group, they battling each other, and she's saying, oh yeah, well, she has so much charisma and stuff. She like has it in spades. I was like, what the fuck?